We are starting. Hi friends. This is Lindsay for So Fancy. Happy Thursday, and just a special Thursday. It is Throwback Thursday. So what that means is today is the one day in the month where we bring back one of our expired bundles. So this is the Farmhouse Bundle 2.0. Yes, it was so popular that we made another bundle, and then it was so popular that we brought it back for Throwback Thursday. So this Farmhouse 2.0 bundle only available today. So you have until midnight or 11:59 Eastern time. So you can pick it up. There's like 88 SVGs, you get 4 fonts, and it's super cute because lots of fun things you can do with Farmhouse for your kitchen, for your pantry, for your bathroom, for your garden, which is what we're doing today. We're going to do a garden flag, and we'll be talking tips, tricks, hacks for weeding, which I know sounds like super exciting, but I'm going to go ahead and turn comments on so I can see if you're here. Hi. Tips, tricks, and hacks for weeding. Yeah, super exciting, but you know, we can all, you can share some with us too, because I know we probably all are looking for something to help us make it go easier and faster and smoother. So I'm going to go ahead and turn you down here. So let's, there we go. Flip the camera around. And there's my workspace. You can see my little cheat sheet that I wrote down. Everything that we're working on. So, okay. I'm going to refresh the page. So give me just a second here. I'm going to refresh. And then we're going to share this. There we go. Okay, so all right, we are working with HTV. So this is Caesar Easy Weed, and I've already gone ahead and cut out the design with my Cameo 4, and now we got to weed it. So start with some tricks to make this easier for you. So one of the first ones is using weeding boxes. So weeding boxes are just a design tool that you would use in your design program. So like in Design Space or Silhouette Studio or Canvas Workspace. And whatever your design is, you would just draw little boxes, rectangular boxes around some of the elements in the design. And so that's what I've done here. And basically what that does is it just isolates part of the design so that you can weed that part individually, so that, you know, it's not all connected, and you can, you know, hopefully make sure that you get, you know, you don't accidentally lift up one of these like tiny dots or anything. So that's what I've done here. And I have a few of them. And if you have business edition of Silhouette Studio, there is the feature to have the weeding lines automatically added. So that is cool, but it's not that hard to just go in and find, you know, areas, especially with text, to see, there you go, text and letters to isolate, and then it makes it super easy just to pull that up there. Okay, so do we have any comments? If you're here, you can say hi. And we're talking tips, tricks, and hacks for weeding. So I know a lot of people find weeding really relaxing. But I think we all would like it to go maybe a little bit faster and a little bit easier. So weeding boxes, which is what we've got here. All right, the second tip, oops, that wasn't a weeding box, but it needed to come out anyway, is always test weed. So test weeding is where when you're done cutting with your machine. So like, let's say that I finished cutting. Actually, I think that is the top, yeah. And whether you're cutting on a mat or without a mat. Oh, Courtney's asking, where can I find isolating boxes in Design Space? Oh, it's just like a regular rectangle. So if you're drawing a shape, you know, the weeding box doesn't even need to necessarily be a box. It could be a circle too. And I don't know exactly where that is in Design Space because I use Silhouette Studio, but it's just whatever you would use to draw a rectangle shape. But with test weeding, before the material has come out of your machine, just go, whether you're using a mat or whether you're not, go ahead and actually don't even unload it. Just test weed a few areas. And I promise you, this trick has saved me so much material, because you can see that obviously it comes up really nicely. So that means I got a good cut. But if I didn't, so let's say that I go into test weed and it's not coming up easily. Then what you'd want to do is send it back through your machine without unloading it. And this will then make sure that the design will cut exactly back on the same lines as before. Because if you take it out of your machine and then try to put it back in, it's not ever going to line up in the exact same spot as it was. So test weed, and I mean, you can and I'm using this is Caesar Easy Weed, but you can do this with adhesive vinyl too. Obviously with the Easy Weed, the HTV, you're going to mirror it cutting. But anyway, when you are confident that you've got a good cut, then you can unload it and take it back. So that's test weeding, which I do all the time now. That's one of those things that has become a habit. Sometimes weeding boxes, not all the time. But test weeding, absolutely. Another tip, which actually I can do that right now, is using on your weeding on your oh, thanks Courtney, weeding on your mat. So now I didn't come up with these ideas. These are all from the all of our talented crafting community out there, who we all learn from. So if you've got some tips and tricks for weeding, like what helps you, then please share those with us if you would, because we all want to make this a very painless experience. So anyway, so what I've done is I've just taken the vinyl and I've just stuck it to my my mat. So now it's stuck down, and now I am going to get a little bit of resistance when I'm pulling up or rolling back that vinyl. And that is just gonna also make it easier if maybe you used a rolled piece of vinyl too. This will help keep it flat and straight, you know. So weeding on your mat is actually something that's what I do a lot too, especially with adhesive vinyl. Definitely weed on your mat. That's gonna help a lot. Now if you're using HTV, which is what we're doing here, you can also weed on your heat press, which when I first heard that, I was like, what, are you crazy? You're gonna burn yourself. But if you're careful, then it's actually really easy, because what the heat press will do is, I will go ahead and just turn you over to my heat press here. The heat press is going to, oops, I think we need to turn the camera the other way. Hi, here we go. Here's my heat press right there. You can kind of see it right there. With the heat press, you guys, if you're unfamiliar, oops, sorry, that's not the greatest angle, but I think you can get the gist. Only the top, so this is on, and it's hot, but just the top platen is hot. So this bottom part, I mean, is just warm from the top. So what you would do, bring my stool over so I can sit down, is weed right on here, because it's going to, oh yeah, this is nice. It kind of like makes the vinyl more pliable, so it's going to just weed so easily, like butter, right? So that is weeding on your heat press, and ooh, it's warm, but you know, it's gonna go a lot faster, so you won't have to be here that long. All right, so weeding on your heat press. All right, so let's go ahead, and then I'm gonna move you back here. So, got this, and then we're gonna turn the camera around and put you down like this. Here we go. All right, back on my workspace. All right, so how's everybody doing today on this Thursday, this Throwback Thursday? We're working with this garden vegetables design from the Farmhouse Bundle 2.0. And I printed it out so you could see it. Obviously it's printed smaller because this is an 8.5 by 11, and I think I ended up sizing this to like 12 by 12. So another thing that I find helpful with weeding is having a reference picture. So either pulled up on my, oops, actually, you know what? I'm gonna weed on my map. Pulled up on my computer, or there we go. Pulled up on my computer or printed out like this. And this is helpful for especially stuff like mandalas or like the Zentangle pieces, because sometimes there are pieces that, like with these letters, we weeded around the outside, but this part, with this design, you actually weed out the letters and you keep what's around it. So so having this as a reference is really helpful for knowing which pieces that you need to take out and which pieces you need to leave in. Because nothing is worse when you take out a piece and you're like, shoot, I should have left that in there. All right, there we go. And then another thing that I'd like to mention about weeding is you can use what's called a light box. Has anybody ever tried this before? This is like a tracing thing that I bought like 1,000,000 years ago. So I don't even know if this one still exists. But it's basically, I'm gonna move my Cameo back. Sorry, didn't mean to shake you there. So it's basically just like a lighted, either like a pad or a box like this, and you would put your vinyl right on top of it. And so actually, I think the camera is picking this up. You can see that that light behind it helps to magnify or to illuminate those areas that you want to weed, because the light will shine through the little cuts from the vinyl. And so this is going to work especially well with light color pieces of vinyl. Obviously, if you've got something that's super dark, then you may not be able to see through it a lot, but you know, the light does help to let you see what areas you want to grab and take out. So you know, there's lots of stuff out there. Might be called like a light box or a light pad, but this is just another tool that you can have in your... Oh, hi Melissa! Thanks for watching. So yeah, there's a light box. Another tool maybe to have in your arsenal to help you make this weeding go quicker and easier. And I actually did a mandala, or you know, Zentangle design with white HTV, and it was so easy to see. I mean, you can kind of see it like up here especially, exactly where that design is, and so then I know exactly which ones to take out. So that is really helpful. But I've also heard, you know, you can put this up to a lighted window. Like today's a beautiful day. Nice and sunny here in Northern California. And I could put this up to my window and have the light shining through that, and it would do the same thing. So our design's almost all the way there. Let's see, I think I just have these bigger pieces. Now, when I first started weeding, I loved being able to pull off a design like all in one go. Like that to me was like, oops, I think I ripped that. Well, I did rip it, but that's okay. That was supposed to be ripped. But you know, taking it off all in one go sometimes isn't the smartest thing to do, because if you weed off or cut off those extra bits, it helps them from actually getting restuck to the mat, and then you have a little bit more control too. So you can just take a pair of scissors and then just trim off that extra as you go. See, yeah, that part right there got ripped, but that part was supposed to come out anyway, so we're okay with that. There we go. Yes, we're getting somewhere. Okay, so another thing that I'll just mention is the Cameo 4 punch tool. So in the Cameo, you've got the Cameo 4, you've got two carriages, and so this is for like your regular blades, your auto blade, and then there's a second carriage for your specialty tools, and one of them is the punch tool. And what this is supposed to do is you would cut out your design, just like we did here, exactly what I did here, and then you in Silhouette Studio would tell your Cameo, hey, now what I want you to do is go to all the areas that you want to weed, and it would punch a mark in it to indicate to you that, hey, that's where you want to take it out. That's the part that you want to take out. And so it's got like, I mean, it's like a teeny tiny little needle, and so that's what I did. And honestly, it's really, really hard to see. I can actually see that actually might have been from my weeding tool. So I'm not like super, I mean, I can kind of see it now that I've weeded it off. There's a little dent in the carrier sheet. So obviously this did punch, you know, into the vinyl, but it's just really difficult to see. So, you know, maybe hold off on this for now because there's, you know, a little bit of room for improvement, but I just wanted to mention that because you might see that out there. You know, if you're researching the Cameo for, oops, sorry about that. It's that little punch tool. But I mean, but the idea is really sound. To be able to have like a mark on all the spaces that you want to take out. And then there are also like different weeding techniques as well. So reverse weeding is a big one. And reverse weeding is it's with adhesive vinyl. Is instead of weeding and then applying your transfer tape. I don't know why I'm making this hard on myself, you guys. That was one of the tips. Put this on your mat. There you go. Stick it down. There we go. All right, here we go. All right, so we're reverse weeding. Yeah, there's different techniques that you can use, and reverse weeding for adhesive vinyl is where you actually put on the transfer tape first before you've even taken out anything, and then you would peel the excess off of the transfer tape. And so that technique is really nice for very small text, very small, like if you have a dotted design, very detailed designs that those little details might have, oops, shoot, I don't think I was supposed to take that one off. No, I wasn't. Oops, okay, that's okay. It was this part. But we're live, so we just gotta work with it. Okay. So reverse weeding, good for like small little, like if this was all a design here, that would be really helpful for reverse weeding, but with adhesive vinyl. So this is HTV, which we're going to be pressing onto a garden flag. That's what we're making. It's a canvas, just a, you know, blank canvas piece that you'd hang on a frame in your garden. This design is from the Farmhouse Bundle 2.0, and it is our Throwback Thursday design. So it's only here for today. We've done it before and it retired, and then now we've brought it back. For 24 hours, you can still get it. I have the link in the description of the video, so you can check out, I think there's what, 88 designs, 4 fonts, stuff for your bathroom, your kitchen, your pantry, your garden. Here we go. There we go. All right. And all right, so another technique you can do with adhesive vinyl is called snap weeding, and snap weeding is pretty cool. It looks a little scary, but what it does is basically you just pull off the transfer tape on your adhesive vinyl. Just pull off like a band-aid, like really quickly, and that tension, that really quick tension from the pull will like weed everything all in one go, and it looks super cool when it's done. And it can be a little scary, but you commit and you do it, and then instead of having to weed like a super detailed design individually. You can do it all in one go. And another thing that I've also seen people do is use tape, like packing tape, where they wrap it around their hand and then they put it on their design and then they roll it off to get out very like detailed, little detailed pieces from their design. So there's, you know, different techniques out there that you can use to help you for, you know, certain types of projects. And one of the other things is finding tools that you like. So like a standard weeding hook like this is, you know, pretty standard. But there's other little things that you can use. Something like just a needle, or a pair of tweezers. So, you know, experiment with those types of things. See what works best for you. I just like the standard weeding hook. That seems to work well for me. If it's really, really small, then I will whip out just a regular sewing needle and use that. Okay, so then you want to go over it one more time. And that part should be okay. HDV, when it melts, you know, or, you know, it sticks to the paper, or not to the paper, the substrate, should be fine. All right, so there it is. So we use those tips and yeah, go do another little once over. And then there we go. All right, and then the last tip that I'll share with you is not to weed angry. So find yourself weeding when you are in a calm mood, when you feel good. I have been doing projects and sometimes get super frustrated, and then I go to weed a design, something detailed, and, you know, this does not end up good. I mean, needless to say, you end up cutting it again, which is wasteful. So, okay, so this is Caesar Easy Weed, and we've got it on our canvas garden flag over here. And so then we need to go over to our heat press. So let's go ahead and I need to turn you around here. Actually, oh, there's my hand, there's me. And there's the heat press. And there we go. Okay, I think that, oops, sorry there for that reach. My hair's in the way. All right, so we got that all set up. And actually, I stuck this on, but I don't want to do that quite yet. I actually want to do like a 2-second pre-press on this. This is just a canvas, blank canvas garden flag. So it's a piece of canvas that's got this hole in the top. So that's where you put the, that's where you hang it from in your garden. With this beautiful farmhouse design. And I love the farmhouse look, but I do not have a garden. So I've got my heat press at 305, and I just did a quick pre-press. I'm going to press at the bottom there too, to get out any remaining moisture or anything. I'm sorry that that is shaking like that. I'll have to figure out a different way to do it. Okay, so then we've got your pre-press. Now what we're going to do is line up our design on our garden flag. We've got Caesar Easy Weed. And I think I like that. I'm just going to eyeball it. Don't always. There we go. stick it down, but I do want to make sure that the whole design is on the bottom platen. And then I'm going to press it, sorry it's going to shake, for 10 to 15 seconds for at 305 degrees. And Courtney, to answer your question, this is a heat press I got from Swing Design. And then you're going to peel it off. And they still have some heat presses, but a lot of stuff is out of stock right now just because of the time that we're in right now. So, oh my gosh, this turned out so cute. All right, so let me go ahead and actually flip the camera around. Oh, there's me. Oh yeah, I gotta flip it around. Okay, there it is. So yeah, I got my heat press from Swing Design, and I love it. It's 15 by 15, so I can do a big project like this. And isn't that cute? I totally love that. I mean, this is definitely not going in my garden because I do not have one of those. But I could give this to my mom or one of my crafty, garden-y friends. But then you just put it in something like this, and you would just pull that in there like that. So this design, it's from the Farmhouse Bundle 2.0 over at So Fancy. I've got the link in the description, and this is our Throwback Thursday. I'm gonna tune this down. Hi. This is our Throwback Thursday bundle. So what that means is it's only here for 24 hours. So you want to get the 88 designs, 4 fonts, then you want to pick it up before 11:59 Eastern time. So West Coasters, just do it now so you don't forget. Sorry, it's crooked a little bit. And yeah, we don't bring our bundles back. So when we do, on these special Thursdays, you have a second chance to get it. I hope that maybe you picked up something from the weeding tips and tricks. You know, leave some of yours in the comments because I know we can all learn from each other regarding how to make weeding easier, less stressful. And then you can check out the Farmhouse Bundle over at So Fancy. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.